I think many of us know those strange days when everything goes wrong, when unpleasant or ridiculous things happen one after another. In Russia we call it waking up on the wrong leg. My day started as usual. Breakfast, coffee and office, which is also my home. In the morning I decided to start with an unpleasant task, paying taxes. And my ridiculous day began. I realized there was a mistake in the form and our IT business had officially become a farm business in the tax office system. So now officially we can keep chickens and sell eggs instead of making websites and selling websites modification. That was a surprise. Another annoying thing was an earache, so I had to see a doctor. I booked an appointment at a private clinic near our tax office, hoping I could deal with both things at once and quickly. In this case we also have saying in Russia, hurry and you'll only make people laugh, which is similar to haste makes waste. So the most ridiculous situation is ahead. It's still warm and sunny. I called a taxi to the hospital, which arrived quickly, since it was already working hours and the roads weren't so busy. In Russia we have two types of hospitals. One is government run and free for everyone. You can't just make an appointment one day and go the next, because many people, especially pensioners, choose to go to the free hospitals. The other type is private, which is not free. The cost depends on the hospital's level and the city. Now I go to a hospital with mid-range prices. So we arrived. Now it's time for the most ridiculous part. When I went to the doctor and started complaining about my earache, I noticed a strange expression on her face. Her brows went up like little rooftops, and her eyes showed pure surprise. Then she stopped me and kindly said, "I'd be glad to help you, but I'm not an ENT doctor. I'm urologist." It felt really awkward. I thought maybe I just needed to stay home and do nothing today. Fortunately, the doctor I needed was available and I was able to see him without waiting. The next step was the tax office, but as it turned out, that office doesn't handle this kind of issue, so they gave me another address and phone number. I don't like to be adult, but I decided to go home and solve it online. My battery for interacting with the outside world was almost empty. One of the downsides of working from home is that you start losing your social skills and you want to interact with people less. Even small errands outside start to feel tiring because they push you out of your comfort zone. Now I'm going to take the stuff I bought from marketplace. This is something like Amazon. Finally, I've finished all the adult stuff. Now I'm going home. Home sweet home. In Russia, there is a tradition of dressing up in classic and elegant clothes for the theater. Most people prefer to follow this tradition because it's respectful, beautiful, and somehow gives you that elegant classic feeling. You actually can wear whatever you want, at least here in Vladivostok. Nobody will stop you. But if you show up in casual sports clothes, someone will probably give you a disapproving glance, or even a note. We decided to go a bit early because we wanted to drink champagne and relax a little before the show, and this is another cultural theater ritual. But unfortunately, Mr. Bad Luck still followed us. The ticket checking system had a problem, so we ended up waiting outside for quite a long time. So we didn't have time for this ritual and went straight into the theater. Actually, at the beginning of planning this video, I wanted to make just a regular day in the life. But this regular day became a ridiculous day. And to be honest, it has a heart to share, because like all human beings, I don't like sharing my mistakes. But in the world of social media, where everyone seems perfect, smart and has a beautiful, healthy life, can make you feel like a loser sometimes. So I decided to share a bit of reality and struggles. And by sharing this ridiculous day, I hope to give someone the feeling that they are not alone in an imperfect life, and that it's okay to make mistakes. Just laugh at ourselves, stay calm and keep going.